Hey guys, this is my recap for the World Chess Championship game number 10 between Gukesh and Ding. So Ding is with the white pieces. He starts with d4, the queen's pawn, and Gukesh responds with knight f6. And so we get knight f3, d5, very symmetrical at the moment. We get bishop f4. This is the London system. And this opening is very drawish, but white still has ideas that black needs to be careful of. So we get e6, e3, c5, bishop e2, bishop d6, and then here white has many choices, but Ding went with the kind of most forcing, which is d takes c5, and this gains a tempo, I guess, for white. So now white has many options, but I believe he just goes c4. Idea being to put pressure on the center before black castles, but black still has time to castle. As there's no threats, this is adequately defended from the knight and the pawn. Get castles, get knight c6, get knight c3, and here we get the best line for black, which is d takes c4, and this is still following master games. Bishop takes c4, and black could trade queens, and I think it would go pretty quickly to a draw if queens get traded, but Gukesh goes for knight h5, which goes for a little bit of complications. Here, Ding could have played knight e4, queen c2, e2. He could trade queens. Bishop g3 could be a move, but that might be a little better for black. But we get bishop g5. Again, black could trade queens, but Gukesh just stays solid and goes for bishop e7. Again, white has many options, but Ding goes knight e4, one of the best moves in the position. Now again, black has an option of trading queens, but Gukesh is trying to keep the game alive, so I believe he just takes, or no, he doesn't take. He brings the knight back. And here, Ding should have went queen c2 to keep the game going, but he just plays knight takes f6, which will result in a bunch of trades. But if Ding chose queen c2, there's knight b4, but it kind of does nothing for black other than make his position worse because the queen just slides back. And queen c2 defends the knight, so after takes, you have an in-between move of this and this. And this could be one of the main lines black goes for, and we get this position where this bishop needs some time to develop. In the meantime, white's going to get activity with the rooks and maybe position their knight a bit better, maybe throw some pawns down the board towards the king. Many possibilities for white and for the game. However, again, Ding just trades off all the pieces, and we get this endgame, which is going to be very drawish, as grandmasters will be able to easily defend this. So Gukesh routes his bishop. We get a trade of rooks. We get king f1. We get king g7 with the idea of playing f5 and king f6. We get a3, f5, king e1, king f6. And I don't think it was a good idea to play bishop e2, because after this, I believe Gukesh just reroutes his knight and then plays rook here to trade off rooks. I think he should have tried his best to keep the rooks on the board. Here, I think you could move the rook, but then this rook gets in the game. I think king d2, either way. rooks get traded, and we get this endgame where there's not that many weaknesses for black. We've got the 2-on-2, we've got the 4-on-4, pretty much. Only difference is that there's a doubled pawn here, and this pawn is isolated. But there's not really an easy way for white to get to at least this pawn at least. So we get knight c4, just going for the draw. We get trades, and then we just get some pawn moves. Kings move up the board until they can't. And then they repeat moves. And that was the game. So, a pretty drawish game. And that's what the London system is known as at the top level, as like a very drawish opening. I mean, like if you don't know the theory, it can be difficult for black to defend. But if you know the theory, black can just equalize extremely quickly. So yeah, that's my recap. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.